What's happening, investors? It's a big day in the market today. Close green. There's all kinds of stuff happening. But before we get into that, I'm going to take you through the account. We're going to do some options, some equities. I'm going to show you the performance, the relative performance, and see what's happening. Here's the account. I'm sitting at 196, which is the number I was sitting at a few days ago, maybe a week ago. Up a little bit over 3% here, 3.3. I think beating the S&P 500, but I don't think the Nasdaq was up like 4%. Incredible numbers. Before I talk about why, I'm going to go into the options here to show you exactly all the positions in the account. As usual, you can pause the video player at any moment to try to find out the exact position that I hold here. You can see all the option plays here. I have a ton of Paramount put options happening right now. About 10 of them, maybe more. Actually 15. Holy crap. I have some Apple options going on. I bought a short-term uranium call. Uranium had a really good day today, but not reflected so much in energy fuels. So we got the Chinese ADRs. Here are the equity positions. Apple had a great day, sitting at... Why does it stop? Oh, okay. Sitting at... can you even see that? It won't scroll down anymore. What's going on here? Lists. Hello? I don't know why my lists are not on. But anyway... It doesn't show, but I have, Apple sitting at plus 3.2, Realty Income minus 0.7, Main Street Capital up 1.32, Goldman Sachs up 2%, Paramount up 1%, Smith & Wesson up 3.5%, which is good. I'm going to go into the investing tab real quick just to see what our margin picture looks like. I'm sitting at 23.9%, double that by 2, you get 47.82, which is that's how margined I am right now. This is the account here, at least the equity portion of it, sorted by total return. Apple, Main Street, Realty Income rounding up the top 3. And then on the equity rankings, Apple is the huge leader here at 130, over 129, 130 almost, $1,000. Main Street Capital at a distant second at 40,000. And then Paramount Global at 30,000. Realty Income all the way at number 4 now, 26,000. So very, very, very Apple concentrated at the moment. But that might change if Apple decides to have a really wild swing. Speaking of Apple, the earnings are coming out. I think by the time you watch this, it's going to be today. In fact, by the time you see it, the earnings might be out. So depending on what happens with that number, there could be a lot of volatility that's happening in the market. So be ready for that. That's why the premiums are fat, and that's why I have sold some premiums to try to capitalize on that fatness. So we like fat premiums in here around earnings time, usually when they get, a little bit obese. So we like to rub some of that onto their accounts to make it look prettier. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just going to stop right here. But anyways, that's the account. We're going to do some relative performance here. So let's see. 1 day plus 3.3. 1 week plus 1% only. 1 month plus 7%. That's obviously wrong. 1 year performance almost 19. This is the old time chart. When I have to show this, I always have to say that I started investing here for all the new investors on August 28, 2018. So that's why it looks so weird. There wasn't any money in the account prior to that. So total amount of money, almost 170%, I guess, gains over the last 4 years. Let's take a look at this. Well, my lists have disappeared. I don't understand why. Let's take a look at the SPY here. S&P 500 on the day was up 2.5%. We're not going to count the after hours. Up 1.59 on the week. So I'm actually losing to the S&P 500 by 0.6% on the week. But I'm beating them on the month, 3 month, I don't know. But I'm beating them again. And then like 27 or 28% here on 28% on the 1 year chart. So that's a huge, huge, huge difference. I'm very, very happy to see that because I was losing to the S&P 500 at the end of last year. And I think because of my performance this year, kind of like brought it up to level. So that's why I'm beating it with such a large amount. So happy to report that. That's all gravy and that's all good. Mainly the reason why the markets had such a positive day. In fact, before we go into that, let's take a look at the Qs. QQQ is the symbol for the Nasdaq, and I think it was up like 4% or something like that. 4.21, incredible. So the reason for that, let's see the 1 year. Am I beating him on the year? Oh yeah, big time. Beating the Nasdaq by quite a bit on the year chart. So the reason for that is the Federal Reserve came out with their 0.75 hike, and they probably gave some. I didn't actually see it, but they probably gave some kind of easy guidance because the markets otherwise wouldn't have reacted as positively. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. There is a tendency, or today, if you're watching this on, what is that, Thursday? There's a tendency for these kind of big aggressive moves to get, reflexed back into normality. So I don't actually know what's going to happen tomorrow, but it's probably going to be, a little bit of breathing. Some of those up moves are going to calm down a little bit into some sense of normality. But I don't know. I mean, if the market interprets something more than there is on this reflexive move, the moves could be accelerated. I doubt it. I do think there's still going to be some legs down in this bear market. I don't think it's over. I mean, but we'll have to find out. I'm not going to do anything different as usual. I'm just going to stay the course, sell some options, try to accumulate some Apple. I guess the biggest play I have right now is Apple. The reason is I should make another video on why I'm so wildly bullish on Apple. But it's been performing really well relative to the market in the last year, which is, half of the reason why I've been doing so well against the market. But I probably will do a separate video as to why I'm so bullish on Apple. Just a brief overview. I'm really like all of their, newfound ventures. They're going into the healthcare business, and that's traditionally a pretty profitable one. They're turning their watch into a healthcare device. They're also increasing sales all around the world. They haven't even dominated India yet, and that's going to get dominated at some point. People there will eventually have enough money to buy the Apple phone. Right now, the penetration there is not very high, but also just the renew cycle. I read somewhere that there's a ton of people that haven't upgraded their device in the last 3 years, which is basically me and people like me, and are planning to update the device this fall. I was waiting for kind of like a visual update to do it, and also another reason why I like the new phone, not just because they got rid of the notch up at the front, but because the phone is going to be a little bit thinner, and I like the phone to be a bit thin. This one's quite a bit fat. The 11 Pro is a little bit fat for me, and so I'm looking forward to having a thinner phone. Also, camera. I want to have a good camera on it so I can take better pictures, videos, etc. And just a faster phone, with better display, I guess. I don't know if the display is going to be that much better, actually, but haven't read up enough about that. But the rest of the stuff is just good enough for me to upgrade. But I think, naively or not, that others will be just as excited about the visual changes as I am. So I do think there's going to be quite a bit of upgrade. Interesting things about Apple is that they're doing a sale. They haven't really done this in a while, which tells me that they have to clear out some inventories, or perhaps they need to boost up their numbers prior to some earnings. But they're actually doing a sale in China, perhaps because China has not been experiencing the same level of inflation, and perhaps the customers there are strapped and are sitting on extra inventory. I don't actually know. I don't have that inside information. I haven't dug in far enough to find out, but I assume it's something to that effect. It only makes sense on the surface. So it would probably cost them more to ship them around the world where there's extra demand than to just put them on sale in China. So they probably misallocated their predictions as to where the demand's going to come from. And that's fair enough. I don't think it's a big deal at all. Some people in media and financial media are trying to make it into a huge deal that, look, these are signs that Apple's struggling, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be super, super strong. In fact, I welcome a little bit of a downside move in Apple here, so I can load up on some leaps and really take advantage of it. But I don't think that's going to happen. If Apple drops down into the 30s or 20s, especially in the 20s, I'm going to just completely load up on leaps. Maybe 20, 30, 40 grand. I don't know. But I might sell the rest of my account and just buy Apple leaps. Who knows? It's kind of a risky move, but you know, whenever it's not as risky as it seems, whenever a price of something goes down, especially a company like Apple that has sustained growth and a really big grip on like world economy, then the margin of safety, right? You know, margin of safety, you know, you get more safety, it increases. So it's actually safer to buy at a lower price rather than an overvalued price. So welcome it. I don't know. Do you guys own any Apple? Are you worried at all? Are you looking forward to the new iPhone? Like, let me know what you think about the company. I don't know if I'll do on a separate video. So comment on this episode, I guess, and tell me what your opinion of the company is. All right, I'm gonna end it right there. Hopefully, I'll make another video tomorrow. Hopefully, new all-time highs. I don't know. I'm only like $4,000 away again. So, you know, let me know where you are relative to your all-time highs. Maybe you've already reached them. Maybe not. Let me know if you're down or up or whatever. All right, I'm gonna end right here, guys. It's been fun. See you all tomorrow, hopefully. Peace out.